Hi, Steven Next Fest players. I am Rob from SomaSim.
And I am Matt from SomaSim.
And we're here to show you City of Gangsters, which is a mafia management game that we've been working on for a while, and which you can play now as a demo as part of Next Fest. So, today we're going to show you something from a save game, something that Matt has been playing for a little while. In the demo itself on Steam, you're going to be able to play Chicago for about 3/4 of a year or so. But in this case, just to show you the sort of like a different kind of a map, Matt's been playing in Pittsburgh, which is a different map that you can also play. And we're gonna load a save game from, I think it's about 2 years into the game, or like thereabouts, right? It's 1922. The game starts in 1920, so this is after you've been playing for a while, after you're past the demo stage, right? And you've sort of established your foothold in the city, and this is where you're really starting to grow. So we're gonna, we have loaded that up, and well, tell us what we're seeing.
So what we're seeing right now is the Kovalev outfit. I am Scarface Kovalev, and I think we can probably see my full name. If we click there, I'm Evgeny Scarface Kovalev. But
I have questions about this nickname, but we'll come back to that.
Yeah, we can come back to that. She earned that nickname.
Ah, all right. So, what's happening here? What's your territory like?
Well, my territory is down here. I am sort of, I would say the beginning of Oakland if you're actually in Pittsburgh, outside of downtown Pittsburgh. I've built up this territory where I've got these two fronts established. I've got a building here where I am making brick line in the back. So that takes 45 stonework rocks and 6 drip concentrate, which conveniently is controlled by my aunt, Lois Cherna, who looks to be Czech. Some famous dynamics that we can dig into later, but yeah, she gets the grape concentrate up front, and then we turn that into grape wine in the back with the help of stonework rocks. So I've got my friend James down here, who is basically in a truck that does all of the delivering of the brick wine and the picking up of the resources.
So about every month or so, you're gonna get a drop of brick wine that you need to liquidate,
yes,
as it were.
Right. And I am up here looking around, because one of the things that I have discovered in my making of brick wine down here is that I don't have that many sources of stonework rocks that are convenient. There's one right there, there's one over here, and there's one over here. So that's kind of it. And so right now I'm basically out trying to stock more stonework rocks, because these 3 sources are barely enough to keep my existing brick wine operation going. And if I want to expand into this other building that I have over here, I'm going to need a lot more sources of stonework rocks to make the kind of homemade booze that I know how to make right now.
Okay, so we're going to need to acquire, so we're going to need basically more supplies.
Yeah, we need much more supplies of stonework rocks if we're going to expand into this other business. I've had this business for a while, but I haven't expanded there yet because I barely have enough resources to keep my existing one together, which is why she's been out exploring. We've looked all the way over. We've looked all over downtown Pittsburgh.
Supplies.
There's nothing over there. We started to go over here. We crossed this bridge and then ran into the Gorobowskis down here. And I was like, nope, other way, back over the bridge.
Go back,
run away.
go back.
So luckily we have a bridge. Oh, and this looks like this is an
empty safe house.
This is an empty safe house.
This used to be a corner hooligan that got... but here's the thing, like, you may not want to clear that, right? Because as long as it's there, the AIs are going to be, they're going to have a little bit of
hesitant about going.
Yeah, exactly.
There?
Yes. The moment you clear it,
but I know there's stuff in there.
Right. No. I mean, the hooligans are well stocked, right? Like, if you clear out the hooligan, they give you all sorts of goodies.
Fine, Jimmy. We'll look at that later. In the meantime, why don't you check this front? This front needs my attention.
So this operation is a front, and the front will basically expand your territory, and it also generates income as long as you're, shall we say, extorting. Well, no, we are extorting people in the area, which probably is going to make them extremely unhappy.
I'm not really extorting anybody right now because I don't have really great relationships with anybody inside. I mean, I could extort them and probably get away with it.
So why would you want to extort or not extort somebody?
Well, I might need these people later. They sell things that I don't know about yet. Or they buy things that I don't know about yet.
So when you extort somebody, that makes them really unhappy and unlikely to do business with you.
Correct.
Yeah. So this is why, like, you have to have the calculus of, like, if somebody is expendable, it's fine to extort them.
Yeah.
But if they supply you with important stuff, you really want to keep them happy.
Yeah, and so right now I'm basically paying funding for these various things that keep my respect up around the block so people know who I am and I show my face. So
Alright.
that's done via my front. So I'm gonna give him his $34 he needs for the next month, and I also need to take care of my other front. But I don't have any more money. I have $2, so I need to.
You're really not extorting anybody. What kind of a gangster are you?
I'm not really extorting anybody. No.
You're a very nice gangster.
Well, extortion is some like actually I tried to extort them and it didn't go well. So they
let's
said no.
talk about that proposition I had for you.
Yeah.
All right. So glad to hear someone's taking charge around here. Things can only get better.
Yeah, and then
Now you're okay. So she declined because she can't afford to pay you, and now it's up to you to decide. Like, do you want to actually destroy their property?
what?
And
My one of my 3 suppliers of stoneware Crocs I have right now? No, I think not.
all right. So we're gonna leave her alone because she's important.
She's important. Like again, I only have I'm barely getting by on my.
Well, what about that candy store up there? Like, surely they have money. So let's talk about the proposition I had for you. And they say, "All right, glad to hear someone's taking charge."
Yeah, they're not into it either.
Well, I mean, they respect you, right? So
Mhm.
you can demand payment, and we'll see what happens. Do we want to like they?
We can. I don't. I'm
They're
not.
not useful.
I'm not making hard cider or moonshine right now. So we'll see. Well,
All right.
said,
So
but-
they folded.
but again, what I was afraid of.
Right. So now they really hate you they're gonna hate you for a year.
They resent being sorted after helping you. So like, I got a quest from him. I've got other missions from him. So
Well, maybe if you finish a mission for him, he'll change his tune.
I will. But again, that's why I didn't do that over here because again, I only have 3 ways of getting the stoneware Crocs. But oh, he's now out of movement points. Let's go see what Scarface is doing up here.
All right.
She doesn't have. I want her to go there, but she doesn't have
Okay.
enough movement points for this turn. So I'm just going to next turn.
Okay.
And now she can go see what's up here. Ooh, the Jones crew. But let's see what's here. We've got 9th Chicago Cold Storage.
What do? You can buy apple juice
I can
from
buy
them.
apple juice from that. Yeah,
I mean,
apple juice.
with apple juice, eventually you could make cider, I suppose.
Or in Pittsburgh, you can also make Applejack, depending on
Oh, that's a Pittsburgh specific.
Pittsburgh-specific thing.
Nice.
But that means I need to find ice and bottles and.
It's funny. This
don't
is
think
this
I
is
don't-
cold storage. They should have ice too. There should be a one-stop shop.
They might. There's a bunch,
Oh,
there's a bunch of
they-
stuff that I don't know about, and if I don't know how to
Oh,
make Applejack, which
That's
I
true.
don't, I have truck driving, backroom bootlegging, brick wine, protection rackets, which is my starting skill.
All right, so we don't know about how to make Applejack yet. So even if a resource is available on the map, it's not going to reveal itself to us until we actually know what to do with it.
These guys are good. These guys have been shaken down by a cornered goon. I'm gonna find out who. The Jones crew, the people I just met. Okay.
Oh, we might have to talk. You're going to talk to the Jones crew
Well, I don't, like apparently they sell stoneware Crocs, which is
again. What you want?
what I want.
All right, let's talk to these guys. So this is a troublemaker. They
Yep.
control a single corner.
Yep, and she's a brawling troublemaker. She's
Independent.
she doesn't really care about my existence.
Yeah, so if we could, we might be able to talk some sense into them, maybe. She's like, too bad, this is my turf, you can't tell me what to do. Do you threaten?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay, so she saw that you have a lot of, like, that you have weapons and people under your command. So she just folded.
Yep.
So that's convenient. So now...
I don't really need to talk to Kathleen anymore. I'm done with her. If she leaves my new stoneware Croc producing friends down here alone,
Okay. So
now I can buy the Crocs that I need here.
Nice.
So James may come up here and pick them up later.
All
But
right.
I'm down to 3 movement points for her, but I'm going to want to explore over here too. Like I think I want to get the geography over here is kind of interesting because this ends. So I kind of want to see what's up here, and that's a Prohibition agent.
That's not good.
No, it's not good.
I mean, as long as he doesn't sniff around our area, I
Yeah,
think we're
but
fine.
he's good to pay. He's good. They're good. They're good to pay attention to. If you see them coming toward you, you might want to adjust.
Yes.
So
Well, and there's a police officer over to the right, but I don't think we're in his precinct.
no, my precinct mostly is down here, and I think everybody here is paid off for now.
If you switch to the precinct map, we might be we could see
Yeah,
that too.
Officer Maxime Bruno is paid off, but yeah, we can check out the precincts.
In fact, we should look at all the maps.
Yeah. This is the police
so you're in
precinct.
his precinct. Okay.
Yeah, this is Max. This is Maxine, and I've got her paid off.
Nice.
So I can do pretty much what I want around these parts without having to worry about her.
So if you look at heat.
Oh, there's a lot of that.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I guess it's not. It's not so bad
Just
anymore.
a little bit of it there. Nice. That's good. Because I mean, even though she's paid off,
Yeah.
she would ignore heat inside your territory, but everywhere outside of your territory, she would very happily go and
She will.
shake people.
She'll
down.
leave us alone.
Yeah,
Even outside of our territory, but
true. That is true. Ethnicities: some Russian.
a little bit of Russian. A little bit of my Russian comrades are around. But
All right. What other ethnicities are in this area? Like American or
there's probably a lot of Americans. It's Pittsburgh.
yeah. All right. And possibly Czech because your aunt.
And my aunt is Czech. Oh,
Well, no.
a lot of Czechs.
All right.
Okay.
Cool.
So-
I mean, the ethnicities are important because if you're in a
You can get
corner
you can
with the
get,
same
you can get in
ethnicities,
with them.
yeah, that's a nice bonus.
It is.
Let's gonna look at respect.
Respect
respects
is.
This is pretty good. This is basically within your territory. Like within your territory, you're respected. Outside of your territory, it's
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I want to do is start expanding my territory, but I'm having a little bit of a money crunch. I spent a lot of money previously to this to get James's truck and stuff like that.
yeah, cars are expensive. Trucks even more
Yeah.
so.
So let's see. And James is over here. What's our situation at our main building? Do we have the resources that we need here? We have 55 procs, so we have enough for one round, which will be done next turn. So I think Jimmy Boy is just gonna. We forgot to pay off our front, so I'm gonna have him take care of that. He needs just a little bit more cash to go talk to Oscar here.
So you go, how's front doing? And then the person who's running the front for you will tell you, like, hey, I need more cash. Or they will tell you, like, all the people you've extorted have been dropping off envelopes.
Yep.
Pick them up.
But as we've discussed, I'm not extorting very many people because I kind of need them around. So
Yes.
and so I'll just pay Oscar off here so that he's good for another month. And I think Jimmy's just going to hang around here because, as we noted in next turn, he's going to have some brick wine to sell off. And Scarface
she's-
up here,
yeah.
you go over here, so then you're in a good position to start exploring. I want to go through there next time, but it takes more movement points to get to the hooligan territory.
And I think it's kind of interesting that you're not ending your turn inside hooligan corner because then
No.
the hooligans might get really upset.
She
at
might.
you.
I don't know Esther. I don't know what she's going to do. And I also, well, she shouldn't bother me anymore now that I
Yeah,
threatened her.
Kathleen should be compliant now. If you click on Kathleen, we might see. Yeah, so Stance is compliant. We've applied some effective method of persuasion. And
We have. So she's going to leave us alone, and hopefully she's going to leave this business alone, so we can get ease our croc pinch point. Oh, let's see what this is. It is a meat company. It is a deli.
They've been threatened by...
They've been threatened probably by Esther up here. Let's find out just to be sure. No, the Burke boys.
Who are
I have
they?
no idea who they are. Well,
Oh, there he is.
There he is. He's probably right there.
Okay. So, all right.
I think. Sorry, lady. I don't care about what you're selling me or what I need to do with you. Unlike over here when he did those stonework rocks. So,
Yeah.
have a nice life. So let's hit next turn, and we can. And one of our
Production
operations
complete.
finish
Wonderful.
production. So, Jimmy boy, let's load up some brick wine, shall we?
So this is the main kind of way of making money when you're at
Making booze and selling
Yep.
booze.
At this stage of the game, you're just producing as much booze as you can and trying to find places to sell it. And of course, the problem is this is Prohibition, so you can just
Waltz over.
right? Just drive over to a bar and be like, "Hey, do you want supplies?" Because there are no bars because they're all shut down because it's Prohibition and alcohol is completely illegal, or at least consumer alcohol.
Yeah.
So we have built a network of connections, right? Like we know a bunch of people that are gonna buy it under the table, black market kind of style. Who are these people?
No, this is Julia Osipov, and I got in with her initially because I don't know. I guess she's It's an interesting Italian name.
She might have married a.
She may have married into a.
Well, let's find out. Do we know her husband? Karl Osipov works at the red counter below.
Where? Oh, there. We do not.
Okay. All right.
But anyway, we can sell Julia, the brick one that we make. You should also buy Applejack and cigarettes and hard cider. But we have.
Unfortunately, we don't know how to make Applejack yet.
No, but we can figure that out. We're figuring out how to. I think we're figuring out how to make hard cider. We are. We just need to finish that up. There's some apple juice, which I think Jimmy can do after he's done selling off this brick wine, and then getting more crocks for production. So
Okay.
we can sell brick wine to Julia.
So while you do that, I will just sort of talk through how the process of getting rid of your inventory is you go and visit the people you know, visit your contacts, and sort of see what they're interested in. They're typically interested in one or two different things, and they will buy some amount from you every turn. So it's very important to have a good network of suppliers and a good network of buyers, so that you're always have materials and you always have someplace to sell to. And of course, the problem is this is all modulated by relationships. So, like stonework rocks are fairly easy. They're a completely legal resource, so you can buy them.
That I just happen to not be able to find any of. But
Right. I mean, right. They are unfortunately not that common in this particular scenario.
this map, this generation. So
That's true. Yes.
let's actually have Scarface head up here, and there's a bunch of stuff up here.
Interesting.
So let's see what is in this business. It's a bakery. And what is Jane Jones? It sounds like a pseudonym. Oh, she sells stonework rocks. That's good. That's why Jimmy's right there, so he can come pick some up in a second. And how about you at Hewitt's American Coffee and Tea Shop? More Crocs. Excellent.
I think we just hit a.
I think we did. And barrels and lumber.
Okay, we don't care about those. Like those are useful for some other kinds of operations.
The thing is, not this time, because I took over this business that is Urban Family Hardware, and they make bricks and he just gets bricks and lumber, which is kind of nice. I got kind of lucky there.
So bricks and lumber are useful when you want to do upgrades or when you want to build entire new businesses, like when you take over a building, and so the building's going to have in the front a completely legal business, like a flower shop or something like that, and in the back it's going to have empty room.
Yeah, like this one I have taken over with a legal hardware store up front, but I haven't built anything back here yet.
What can we build here?
I can build lots of stuff.
And these are just the things we know about. Like over time, we're gonna unlock even more kinds of opportunities. Okay. Do we need what's a bootlegger? So bootlegger is a place that will actually act as a sink for your resources.
Correct.
They will take your resources.
Yeah. So instead of going to sell them to Julia like I did before, I could just take them here and sell them myself and cut out the middleman. And I have learned that skill, so I've figured out how to do backroom bootlegging.
You just need a lot of money.
I just need a lot of money.
That's always a problem.
And I think my preference right now would be to expand production and try to make more booze before I start getting into selling it right now.
That's true, because we've got brick wine production going. We could probably introduce some variety into our inventory, right?
What I'm thinking toward right now is cider, because I know I can get a lot of apple juice, but again, I just need to increase my supply of Crocs, because if I'm going to need 95 basically every month or so, 85 every month or so, then I need to find more Crocs, because I was just getting by with the 45 that I needed before. But now that I found this little pool up here, I think we can start considering expanding.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm going to have her, she really can't explore anymore because that would take her 5 move points to go over there. How about Jimmy? You come over here and fill up with Crocs.
And starting a new business type is just smart diversification, right? It's good business.
And again, then there'll be people who aren't interested in brick wine, who are interested in cider, and may catch wind of me selling cider, and then I can get to know them and expand my opportunity zone by producing something different. So we'll take.
So you got 30 from here, and then from the other place as well.
I can get more from here.
We're just buying up all the Crocs we can get.
I am, so. And now, Jimmy boy, can you make it? Oh, you only need 1 movement point, so we'll have to hang out there. I think we're going to have to end the turn now because I don't want to have him end up in goon territory and she can't explore there. But we do have an XP upgrade that we can look at. So Antonio Conte,
Who's Antonio Conte? We haven't talked about him.
He's the manager of my brickwine operation.
Oh, does that give you a bonus?
It will. He doesn't have any. This will be the new experience that he can gain. So one of the things he can do is winemaking brick wine. So improve to level 1 and increase the amount of brick wine made from each batch of grape concentrate. So yes, please.
Perfect.
So now Antonio will.
So let's see what he did.
We go look at our brick wine operation. Now it's going to make.
That's much better.
Now it's going to make 49 every month instead of 45.
Yeah.
So we've increased a little bit.
Okay, he still needs the crocs, but
We have some. We don't have any expansions we can do yet, which is another way we can increase production.
oh, you should have hired somebody who's hardworking.
There wasn't anybody in my network that was hardworking. I know. I always want somebody who's hardworking, but if I looked. I can hire a crew right now. I don't have space for them, and they just cost me money.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was nobody that was
Careless, unkind, aggressive,
friendly, lazy, sharp-eyed.
So friendly is good for when you have people talk to other people.
Yes.
So that gives you bonuses.
Yes, lazy is not so good. It reduces their action points.
That's right.
But sharp-eyed is nice because that's extra movement points. So it's one of those things like if you just want somebody to drive around, maybe.
Interesting. So, but for a manager, we really want somebody who's organized and hardworking.
Yeah,
like that's the ultimate.
Either one of those. Yeah, that unlocks a lot of things for a manager. But nervous, quiet, and weak. Like again,
there's somebody who's quiet and hardworking and organized.
where's Viv? Viv's over there. That's interesting. So maybe that's a potential manager for my next operation.
That's good to know. Let's keep her in the back of our mind.
Yeah. So these are the people that I could hire right now.
Tall and strong. That would be a good fighter.
That would be a good fighter. But actually, again, you wanted to know why she has the nickname of Scarface.
Yes.
Let's look at.
She knows a lot of people.
She knows a lot of she knows a lot of people, and she's a well-known brawler. She's maxed out on brawling. When I started this particular game on this particular map, there was another gang right here. And
I see there is no other gang.
There is
right
no
now.
gang over there right now, because one of the first things that Evgenia here before she became Scarface did was to get her hands on some knives and take care of the other gang that was over here.
Oh, that's vicious.
Well, there's a train station right there, which is awesome to have, and it's run.
Let's see.
And it's run by my brother.
Oh, well then.
And so, and this just seemed like an auspicious start, given the position in the middle of the map, access to bridges that go here, bridges that go here, bridges down here to the Grabowskis, which I didn't know at the time. But again, I was just like, I think I might fight for this start.
So why is the train station important?
The train station, we can check that out next turn, have somebody drive over there. Because, I mean, James has to drop off Crocs and money next turn.
All right, well,
So
we'll
let's
come
do
back
that
to this in a sec.
next turn. And I will autosave.
Autosave is important.
And while we're up here, let's just have Scarface just explore a little bit and keep seeing what's up here before we send James back. And Cafe Capricorn. Don't know what they do. They don't trust me. They sell... They would buy stuff, but they don't know me from Adam, or Eve in this case.
Maybe they will warm up eventually, but not yet.
One of the things I wanted to do and why the other reason why she's going this way is I want to know what's over here.
Oh, interesting.
So, the Zion's crew. Well, let's see what this is. Martin's Boulevard Deli. There's not much here, which probably means they also will buy a lot of stuff that they don't want to tell me about, or I don't know about, or any combination of those two things.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go back down here just in case they're... I just met them, and I don't want them to come at me if they're hostile, so I'm just going to move away from them for a sec. And then, Jimmy boy, let's come home. So, back to our main safe house. Because I don't really want Jimmy wandering around with $500 and 80 Crocs in case the cops should bust him or something like that. So we'll dump all of that off. You can have a little bit of walking around money.
And a baseball bat.
Why a baseball bat when you can carry a switchblade?
Well, you never know what might happen.
No, and now he wanted to go check out the train station, which he can do next turn.
All right.
So nothing interesting up here, and next turn. Someone wants to make you an offer for a reward.
No, that sounds intriguing. So Lori is friendly towards us.
She is. That's all right. She's our aunt.
She's our aunt.
Yeah.
Nice. But she's far away.
She's far away, and
And getting there would require going through enemy territory.
yeah, I'm not messing with the Grafowskis.
Yeah.
I don't know them. I don't want to know them. They can stay on this side of the They can stay on this side of the Monongahela. That's fine.
After you have more people and many more weapons, then you can go pay them a visit.
Correct.
Yeah.
But we wanted to look at the train station, which is the next block over.
Yes.
So I'd have to give him the things that he's waiting for, but having the passenger station in your outfit's territory increases crew capacity and adds an action point for all crew members. So
nice.
Just having that in my territory without actually having to unlock any of the things, like what we need to do here, it's expensive. He wants $2,000 to pay bribes where needed so that we can get control of the train station. I've never seen $2,000 yet in this playthrough. So
I mean, we had 300 a moment ago. We sold basically all of our production that we made that month.
Correct.
We made 400.
Correct.
Yeah, that's going to be a long time before we get to 2,000.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. So
we just need to expand our operations. We need to start making cider or moonshine or something.
we do. So to that effect, I think actually let's have James go get more cash than he has on. Let's learn how to make cider, which I think means we need to find apple juice. So where can we get apple juice to finish that mission? Apple juice. Down there, over there. Oh, we can just go right over here.
So on the left-hand side, you have 5 missions
I
that
do.
you've already accepted.
Yes.
And these involve some of them, like this. The first one is going to teach you a skill, which is going to be cider making. Is something that you're going to learn if you deliver. It's going to start by delivering apple juice,
Yes.
and then it might or might not succeed, right? And if it
Should succeed.
all right, then there are different kinds of other missions.
Yeah, like this one. After I took over this building, I worked with my friend here to take over this building. That's why they really didn't like it when I shook them down, because we took over a building together, and then I shook them down anyway.
You were tight.
Distorted them.
You're not tight
We're
anymore.
Not tight anymore. But they found some weird locked rooms after they took over the building. So if I can get some crowbars and some cash to pay a crew, we can find out what's going on back there.
That sounds profitable.
It does, but I don't know what's back there.
Yeah.
Working on the railroad, again, we looked at that. That's to pay the bribes we need. If we drop off a little bit more brick wine over here, this might get us some opportunities at the Illinois scrapyard. This is where we got our truck and stuff the first time that James is driving now from these people. And then rental assistance.
That's just to make people happy.
This is a family member.
Oh,
She's
you're
my
right.
aunt.
All right.
I have a lot of aunts.
Right.
And so I told her that I would help rent a hall for some sort of family event. I don't know, a wedding or a graduation or a baptism or something. So she's just waiting on that cash.
I mean, that's what happens, right? Like, people see you walking around with rolls of bills, and they're
They
like,
do.
hey, can you help me out?
Or they see you walking with rolls of bills and they're like, "You're my good-for-nothing niece. Why don't you give me some cash?" So, that's a lot of apple juice.
How much did you need?
10, I think. I believe.
26.
20. I've already
Oh,
done
no,
16.
you have 16 already. All right.
So that
don't
was with Julia up here. Oh, and I'm out of turns. But again, now I can go back to. That's just a little hooligan. But Scarface up here can go back to doing her explorations.
worry. Some reconnaissance.
Let's see, what do you have to buy and sell? Again, they don't know me from Adam. There could be some interesting things there. Same thing with them. So okay,
That's kind
and
of
absolutely nothing there.
And it's kind of interesting. You have to keep switching your attention from between the different crew members that you have. Like, you could, for example, just follow James Hall and not give Evgenia any work to do, but that would be a waste of time. It's more beneficial to keep switching between, like, all right, you do this, you do that.
It would be, yeah.
And eventually you will be able to automate deliveries once you're happy with, like, if there's something you do routinely, you can tell people, like, all right, every time, like, go here, pick this up, go here, sell it over there, and so on. But we're not at that stage yet because we don't have
No.
a lot of production.
And with my limited supply of stonework rocks that I had until very recently, it wasn't worth automating because I had to keep track of who I had bought from and who I didn't just buy from, because again, there was some supply shortages. But hopefully that eases now that we have more sources that Evgenia found up here. So that's it for this turn.
By the way, I love the nighttime winter look. Like everything's lit up and sort
Yeah,
of
especially
like,
this. I think this is a synagogue.
yeah,
Yeah, it is. Like this synagogue lit up at night just looks kind of awesome.
yeah, all the office buildings, and then in a few hours they're all gonna start turning lights.
Yeah,
on.
like downtown,
Going to sleep.
like downtown with all the civic buildings and office buildings and the bigger churches.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to Jimmy. Where is Jimmy? Here he is. So he has the apple juice that we need to take over to Julia. I have the things you're waiting for. I bought the remaining 10 barrels of 10 small barrels. So I just learned a new skill of cider making. Yay, and there was much rejoicing.
Excellent.
And I helped her out. We are tight.
Yeah, seriously. 79 points. No more favors, but
No more favors. But that should also unlock more quests.
oh, that's somebody who's you just realized they deal with this.
Yep. Now I didn't care about apples before because why would I? And so I never would have noticed. But now we've learned about sources of apples that are on the map because I could use those to make apple juice to make hard cider. Or if I'm making applejack, you can use apples directly to make applejack. But I don't know how to make that, so
We'll get there.
we'll get there. So Jimmy boy, what do I want you to do now? I think I maybe want you to go take care of the rental assistance. Do we want to finish that one too? Or?
Sure. I mean, it's $250. It's a little bit of money.
That's
but-
true. Let's not do that quite yet.
Yeah. I mean, he can just keep getting those crocs because we're gonna need crocs for sure. But
Do we need? No, we have enough. We have two runs of production of crocs right now.
All right. Cool.
So that gives us a little bit of slack to like. What do you want? I'm having a bit of trouble, and I heard you've helped out a family member on business before. So I've helped out somebody that they know somehow in the past. So I don't know who I've helped out or what I've done. Probably somebody over here. But anyway, so they've heard that I can be counted on for things, so that's why they want me to.
Again, people see that that you have money and stuff, so they're like, "Hey, can you help me out too?"
He wants $1,000. Yeah, I don't think so.
For
buddy.
what? For what purpose? He's got some business difficulties.
I don't. Your business difficulties aren't my business difficulties right now. So
I mean, it could be a loan where you like give them $1,000 and like, you know,
I have I have barely $600. I'm not giving
that's true. No loans.
this person 500. Yeah, he runs a front for me, but make better choices.
Speaking of which, do we need to expand territory?
We should expand territory. I think that's the next thing that we'll do with our next drop of booze.
All right.
I'm thinking maybe I want to take over here.
Yeah.
Like I had my friend Julia over here. Maybe she'll start up front for me.
So your territory is not contiguous, right? It's sort of like disjoint, but that doesn't
No,
seem to matter.
it doesn't.
It's okay. All right.
It's very in this particular game. It's very strategic. And like there's a building over here I could take over too.
Those are expensive though. Like
Those are expensive, but I have a feeling, like, again, there's this rental hall thing. I don't know, but maybe we'll do that after the next round. But Jimmy, go see what they want. Word on the street is they want to talk to you. My fellow countrymen, we are looking to set up a local civic club to have a place where we can come together and reminisce about the homeland. And since you've already helped a family member, I'm sure you can help in this in Denver. Somebody's been blabbing to all of their friends about me, but...
And again, he wants $1,000.
Yeah, but this seems more legit than some random guy in a corner who said, "Can I have $1,000?" Even though another front for me. All right, I'm in.
I wonder what you're gonna get out of it.
I don't know. We'll find out. We don't have $1,000 right now. But
Yeah, that'll be much later down the road.
yeah, Jimmy's out of movement points, so let's continue our exploration, and maybe we can cross the Allegheny River this time. Nothing there. The Brown Boys.
All right. Vernon is
They don't care about me.
a brawler. Like there are basically two types of corner hooligans. There are the ones who are interested in business, and then there are those who are interested in brawling. This guy's a brawler, so he's gonna be useful. Like for example, if you get on their good side, you could send them after people. Like you could send them after this gang over here in a way that like keeps your hands clean.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you met some business hooligans, then they would let you in on business deals that are happening.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, so I think that's good. That's it for this turn.
Cool.
Her car's getting banged up. So, guess what? You've got to come closer to home to get some cash to fix your car. So, she's going to be of little use for a little bit because that's going to drastically reduce the mobility of her.
Yeah, you gotta keep cars in a good shape because
You do. She's only got one more movement point. I'm not going to have her end in the hooligan territory, so she's good for now. Jimmy. You have some fronts to deal with. You have some cash, so let's go pay a visit to...
Yeah. So front basically every month decides, not decides, but every month they have expenses, and every month people who you have extorted will drop off envelopes. In the case of this front, you've not extorted anybody down there, so he's just has expenses. But in this case, there are some people who are dropping off envelopes, so you have $5 coming in. Now, if you started extorting more people in the area, then you will have much more money, but also you will have many more enemies. So it's like it's a balance. Money or friends.
And again, I could automate the pickups too. I could set up a delivery that part of it is every month they go check out the fronts. They only have 2 right now, so it's not a big deal for Jimmy to just grab those every 2 months. And production, we still have a little while to do that.
And there's a hardware place in the corner over there that's offering to introduce you to people. Now that might be interesting. So something you do after you get a good relationship with people is start accruing favors. And these favors, you can basically cash in, as it were, for things like introductions, things like getting an in with somebody that you need. So, for example, if you need an in with a cop that you want to bribe, they're not going to talk to you until you're basically vouched for. So you can use a favor to get somebody to vouch for you.
Correct.
So in this case, there's a lot of things we can do. What are these?
There is, but there's only but we have precisely one favor with this person.
Yeah, favors are rare.
Choose wisely. They could. You know anything? Any interesting events in this neighborhood? So apparently Arnold Spencer has a working lunch, and he gets people together, and he's heard that they're rather educational. So this is an opportunity to sort of see what else. Like again, we've seen a lot of things that are going on where we don't exactly know what business does what or anything like that. So this is an opportunity to like sort of get to know people. They're social events.
Like a networking kind of an opportunity.
Kind of, yeah. There's also people who might invite you to a poker game or to a dinner party. Yeah. This person just knows somebody who throws lunches.
So the second option in this menu is that they will introduce you to somebody who's specifically related to your line of business. Like if you're making wine, he will introduce you to somebody who's actually buying wine or maybe selling Crocs or something like that.
She could help you with the things you need to make brick wine, but she's also her friend is also in Bruno's territory, so I could get introduced, but then I'd have to deal with Matilda, and I just don't feel like dealing with that level of complication in my life right now.
That's true.
So, good to know.
What are some other things we can do?
The one that caught my attention, and to be honest, the reason I haven't taken this favor, was I've noticed this sawmill before, is this one. I could use a new building, so
this person knows about a business that's going out of business or something like that, where you could take over the building and turn it into your own operation.
So it's actually right next door.
Can you swing the camera over?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So it's that little building right there. So it's that coffee shop that I think that they would talk to me about.
Oh, interesting. So it could be a legit building in front, and then in the back you have a brewery or a distillery or something like that.
And she wants
that's expensive.
$1,150. But again, these are kind of rare opportunities when you can get a new building. So I have not burned this favor deliberately because at some point I'm going to want a building over there.
Yeah.
Same over here, but that's the train station, and we'll deal with the train station later. So that's why I haven't done that yet. And now everybody's pretty much out of movement points, which means it's time for next turn. And the opportunity that my aunt was going to give me has passed.
Well, too bad.
Too bad. I wasn't going over there.
She's
anyway.
too far. Yes.
Sorry, Auntie. And now Evgenia is coming. Was on her way home to get her car fixed up.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
She'll slowly make it home.
Where are some mechanics that we know?
Well, she doesn't have any money.
Well, that's a problem.
So she needs to come back to the safe house to pick up some cash to go to a mechanic.
I mean, it's a fair point. Like, you could carry a lot of cash with you, but that's dangerous because one, if the police get you, they're gonna confiscate it. Two, if you get into a scrape and goodness forbid get injured and or etc.
Yeah.
you could lose it.
Yes.
So
And she was and she was out exploring anyway. Like she doesn't need cash to be out exploring. She doesn't need, like, Jimmy has some walking around money because he's in the neighborhood. We're respected here. Nothing's gonna happen here.
Right, and he might find something like, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing's gonna happen to him in our neighborhood.
So you're treating Evgenia as more of a scout who's going to
Well,
be
just because she has 12 movement points and 4 action points, and she's a brawler. So
I mean Evgenia, not James.
Evgenia, yeah, she's got lots of lots of movement points, lots of action points, and again, like I said, she's a brawler. So if she runs into anybody, she can take care of herself.
Yes. All right.
So
she needs some cash, but
she needs some
she's
cash,
out of-
and we're waiting for more brick wine to get made.
Okay.
I really want to raid this safe house down here.
I mean, you could. The gang is sufficiently far away that they probably will not do anything, and the safe house will provide you with a lot of stuff. Like, so the empty safe house is there because the corner hooligan who used to be there got taken out. Presumably, he got into a scrape with the gang.
Or another hooligan. We don't know.
Another hooligan. That's true.
But the gang is close. Like, this is one of their fronts. So I mean,
And so that's gonna become part of the territory soon. Oh no, that is
that is part of their territory.
interesting.
I still want to raid it. Can I raid it?
Should you? Sure. I mean, okay, so he's gonna go search the safe house and discover counterfeit wine, which is a resource we didn't know about, and brick wine and cigarettes. All right, so we got a bunch of stuff.
And a little bit of cash.
And some cash. All right. So what's counterfeit wine? It's a fancier version of the brick wine which we're already making. It's brick wine put in bottles with fake labels on them. Who buys this stuff? Is there anybody who buys this?
We can find out.
Not very much.
Not that we know of yet, but that doesn't mean that they aren't out there.
Sure, we just have to keep working our connections and make sure that we meet more and more people, that we get introductions, and then we go to those dinner parties. It's like networking. Everybody hates it, but everybody needs to do it, kind of thing.
So James, you have some stuff. Why don't you?
Yeah, he needs to come back home with all the stuff.
Unload the two whole bottles of counterfeit wine. And cigarettes we can actually use to get it in with people, because a lot of people who do illegal business, they'll buy some smuggled cigarettes, nudge nudge, wink wink, but they don't necessarily. So you can keep those on you for now. But let's go sell that little bit of brick wine that we have, and now everybody's out of movement points.
February 12th. All right.
So let's talk about buying and selling. I want to sell brick wine.
All right, we're selling
Get a
4
little
brick
bit of
wine.
cash.
I wonder if we can. Who would buy cigarettes? Oh, plenty of people want cigarettes.
Let's actually go over here. I've been wanting to expand downtown.
All right.
Let's see if we can use these cigarettes to get us an inn.
I think it's the cold storage.
The cold storage.
Okay. $5 per carton is not very much, but it's more the.
Actually, let's
Give them a deal.
let's give them a deal.
Nice. So that's a way to basically boost your relationship with somebody. It's like,
And plus, I'm selling them something illegal, something sort of like smuggled cigarettes. Like, they're illegal, but not that illegal.
yeah. So they're gonna be pretty happy with you now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, look at that. So because they trust us more now, we know that we can sell them Applejack
And hard cider.
Nice. And also they owe us a favor, which I don't know if it's. Oh, they could also introduce us to somebody, so that could be useful. I mean, we might want to hold on to this favor, right?
We might actually, because I'm thinking this might be a good front.
Oh, and you need a favor in order to start a front. And yeah, looking at the neighborhood corners, there's a lot of businesses.
There could be interesting stuff over here. Like all of these connect. Like this is the Grand Western Hotel.
That sounds fancy.
It does. But we also have a little more money now, so I'm actually gonna have. Well, Jimmy's almost out of movement points.
Now the trick is with expansions that the further out you expand from your
It starts to
borders,
get pricey.
yeah, it gets expensive. So it's it's more cost efficient to turtle your way out and like expand sort of organically next to your area. But if you really need to go expand further out, if you have the cash, you can totally do it. Oh, what's happening? What's happening over here? Cops are raiding this corner.
I thought we had a deal, Maxine.
I mean, it's not your corner.
No, we do have a deal.
Yeah, she's still paid off, and it's not your corner, so she's just.
She's just put it. She's just put it on a show.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
She's not gonna bother anybody.
Good.
But now, Evgenia can go get her car fixed.
Yes. This beat up jalopy served you well.
It's still serving us well.
Excellent.
Let's go explore Shay. Let's send her out to start exploring Shady side.
All right. So we're gonna just try to look at new territory and see what's there. And what's James up to?
James is gonna go pick up some cash because he's got some cash from selling cigarettes and the brick wine. Actually, he doesn't need to. He can just go. Next turn, we'll finish this rental assistance quest that we have.
Sure.
Mission that we have over here.
Yeah, we have some cash.
Yeah. And I think we're also almost about to produce more brick wine. Oh, we did. So we have brick wine we can sell too.
Perfect.
So next turn we'll take care of all of these things. So much to do, so little time. I have the things you're waiting for, and now they present us with a lot of choices. Now that we've redeemed this.
Wow, yeah. So only one of these is we can pick, but we can.
Yes.
Scoping out the neighboring area,
Which we already know.
Yeah,
most of what the.
we could just do, which could just get an extra favor. But
I've already got 6.
Yeah.
But
We could gain a building for free.
Or we could find out about sparkling cider.
Oh. But this will only give you
Building. I want the building.
Yeah, I mean buildings are expensive, right? It's like it takes at least $1,000.
Yeah, so we saw it was like $1,100
Yeah.
for the favor before, and this was just $250 for finishing this favor.
I mean, sparkling cider is nice, but the new building is better. Oh, right. A building in your territory is now under your control.
So this new
But where is
building is the Illinois Scrapyard.
Oh, it's right there. Well, that's convenient.
It doesn't really have anything useful up front.
True. It's got $18 in the basement somewhere.
Somehow $18 ended up in the basement. Actually, that's what Jimmy has.
Oh, that's Jimmy's.
That's Jimmy's.
Right,
Never mind. But James, go pick up some brick wine.
Let's sell it off.
Lots of people want to talk to me. People want to talk to me everywhere. Jeez. Wow. Okay.
See the price of success.
I'm listening.
So I've heard that you came across a supply of backroom beer. Funny, I had a customer asking about it just the other day.
I think that's a typo. I think they mean this is actually a new quest that came in. So yeah, it is. They're talking about counterfeit wine.
All right.
So
good, and that goes on the bug list.
every day a new bug. But, yeah, I can do that. What's to lose, right? But actually, I already have a good relationship with them. Other people might offer me this mission, so I'm going to hold off on that, and I'm just going to sell them brick wine.
Okay.
You're going to be a little strategic with who you take mission. Like, I already know them kind of well, and I'm about to get some more favor with them, but they don't want very much.
Yeah, I mean, because you don't want to take them too many missions because you have a limit of how many missions you can take. And some of these missions could be very profitable. So you kind of want to, look around and see who needs what, and then if that's the kind of a thing that you're looking for.
And because she is paid off, I can go ahead and sell brick wine.
Oh yeah,
right under her nose.
Right. This is interesting. Like if she was not paid off,
no one would talk to me.
One, nobody would talk to you anywhere near her. 2, she would raid your territory. Like she would go after you basically. But she's paid off, and we're
I actually
safe.
want to have Jimmy go over here and talk to the hotel. I have a feeling that the hotel might want counterfeit wine. But in the meantime, Evgenia, what do you want? We're not going to talk to these people right now.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk to you.
Not that everybody was counterfeit wine.
It does. I think these are new missions that just were added, so I think we may be running into a little bit of an issue, but we'll see. It's fine.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, somebody gained a level.
let's find out. So, James Hall, who is our driver and delivers all of our wine, gained a level, and there's a number of choices, right? We could get more action points, we could get more movement points.
He needs more movement points.
But below, these two are interesting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the delivery dash means that every time he does business with somebody in the delivery, it increases relationships with them even more, which could be really useful for unlocking opportunities. On the other hand, alias means that as he's doing deliveries of illegal stuff, it doesn't increase heat
As much. Yeah.
as it would. So this, if we hadn't paid off the cop, this would have been super useful. Now that we've paid off the cop, maybe it's not so useful, but sometimes you get into a situation where your territory straddles 2 or 3 different precincts.
Yes.
And then it becomes really useful because, like, you don't want to be paying off 3 cops at the same time. That's just way too
We
expensive.
don't, but I want Jimmy to have more movement points.
Oh, yeah.
So, Jimmy, come over here.
And the hotel...
And
Okay,
we can-
the
they,
hotel...
they want a bottle of brick wine.
Sure. Counterfeit wine.
Counterfeit wine, sorry. I can do that.
Yeah. All right. It'll be interesting if...
What do you want?
If the hotel is very friendly, I wonder what they will provide for us. So I think you outfit maybe when they control this town, and well, I just know just the opportunities out there that you just can't conceive of right now.
I don't know about that. I've got a pretty big imagination. Anything specific come to mind?
Well, let's see what they say. Well, you're kind of small time now. Wow, she's talking down to you.
Same to you,
If
lady.
if you were to start throwing your way around a bit, gain some new corners, I could lean on friends, reveal new opportunities. So interesting. So if once you have 10 corners, she will unlock stuff.
In fact, why don't you help me get those 10 corners?
That's a good idea. Yes. So you're asking her to become
I'm asking her to become a front.
a front for you. So you tell her it's pretty simple. We're gonna get locals on our side to gain some respect. All right, so far so good. And then we tell her, hey, they're gonna come and drop off envelopes. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do anything. Just collect them. We'll pick them up.
$5.50.
Do we have that much? We do.
I do.
I mean,
Let's do it.
yeah. Okay, so we started a new front. So that gives us 1 corner. And now we want to start expanding into the neighboring corners, because that's like the front will collect money from all over the neighborhood. So, all right, and expanding to new quarters will take money and time.
Yes.
But on the plus side, once it's expanded, then you can go over there and extort somebody to get cash. In fact,
I could extort the hotel, but...
well, you can't because it's outside of your territory.
Oh, you're right, they're in the next corner.
Yeah. So right now,
But let's have James go check out the... he can get that bottle. He can get that bottle of counterfeit wine
Yeah.
and deliver it. And let's keep exploring that. Another hotel.
well, that's useful.
Not much here. Tobacconist. And again, they would sell stuff, but we don't know them. We could start expanding this way, but we're expanding downtown instead.
Yeah, hotels are interesting. They will hopefully buy booze, but they're really kind of, they don't want to get into trouble, kind of a thing. Like they don't want to talk to us.
Jimmy, go pick up one of those bottles of counterfeit wine that you dropped off. We have enough crocs for one more round, so he doesn't need to go on a croc run yet.
Yeah.
And you don't need that much money. We need to keep money around to keep Antonio paid too. So
Yes.
when does this produce again? Still got a couple of turns, few turns.
And it's true. Like we spend $40 every turn just on payroll.
Just on payroll.
Yeah. So we have to.
Which is why I don't have more crew, because I don't really want to pay them to sit around and do nothing.
Yes.
I have, because of the buildings and the passenger rail station and things like that, I have spots for 2 more crew, but I don't feel like paying the $40 a turn to have them sit around and twiddle their thumbs.
I mean, cash flow is important, right? It's like, business. Running
Who are you?
organized crime is a serious business.
Cousin.
Oh, that's convenient.
I was like, why do we have a good relationship when I've just got driven over here? No, she's my cousin. Okay.
You have cousins that you don't even know about.
I do.
All right. Barrels, malt syrup. Malt syrup would be useful if we were making beer, but we're not
We're not
making
making
beer.
beer. And then what's that up there?
Police
Oh,
station.
that's the cops. Okay.
So we're in a different precinct now.
Yeah, we've lapsed into a different precinct. And That's a grocery. That's a grocery store.
That's probably not going to be anything interesting there. Well,
Bottles and grapes. Grapes would be interesting because again, if I need to make more grape juice.
Yeah. Again, we don't need to do any of that stuff. We have a supply.
But now Jimmy is going to come drop off this one bottle of brick wine, of counterfeit wine, and see what happens. Oh, that was at the hotel.
Okay. We brought the case of wine. What can you give us? All right.
Again, they're talking about beer. That's the wrong resource. But again, every day a new bug. We can do business together.
Okay. We improved our relationship. We got 2 more favors with them. What can that get us? They're still not letting us in on what they're buying. Oh, that's vicious. Oh, he wants even more counterfeit wine. Like, I don't know, man. Like, do we?
Sure.
It's like, how much free wine are we gonna have to ply him with in order to get something out of this?
We'll find out. Okay. But I think we're getting to a point where we've begun to expand. We know we want to start up another operation over here, which I think is the next thing that we're going to do.
Yeah. We have another we have another building which is available to us.
Yes, but I'm thinking this would make a nice place to make some hard cider, and then we can start up a bootlegging operation over here, or see what else happens by the time we're ready to do that. So yeah, we've got a lot of things to do and a lot of things to keep going with, but I think this is a good place for us to wrap up this session.
Yeah, there's a lot of irons on the fire.
There's a lot of irons on the fire. Eventually, we should probably get another car and get another crew member so that we can have somebody just driving around taking care of fronts and missions and stuff like that. That could be our next step too. Again, moral of the story is there are lots of next steps right now, but we don't have the money or the people, the time. We sort of there's a lot going on.
Well, on the plus side, it's still fairly early on, right? This is 1922. We started in 1920.
Yes.
And we have until 1933 to become the booze barons of the city. So we're doing okay, right?
We're doing okay.
We're growing our little empire. We've expanded into a new corner. We're expanding to a bunch of different places. Yes. We're expanding our business operations. So I think things are looking up.
They are looking up for the Kovalev outfit.
All right. I think that's a good wrapping point. We will stop with this playthrough here and hopefully see you either in the chat room as we're sort of watching this and we're commenting on this live. And please check out our YouTube videos, both the official, like the feature videos, as well as our devlog. We publish videos of the game as we're developing it still. Yeah, check out
play the demo.
Most importantly, play the
demo.
See it for yourself. All right. Thank you very much.
Enjoy the fest.
Take care.